Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we're going to go over the two-sum problem of Leetcode. This is Leetcode problem number 1. Its difficulty is easy, and it's arguably like one of the easier problems you can do on the website. So this is the prompt. You are given an array of integers. Return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to a specific target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. So what you're given is this array. You're given an array, and you're also given a target. So this is the target 9. And what you want to do is you want to see which numbers in this array add up to the target. There will always be one solution, at least, and then you have to return the indices of the two numbers. So in this example, we can just take a look here. 2 and 7 both add up to 9. And so the answer here is you're supposed to return the indices of both of these. So the answer is 0 and 1. And if I put a comma there, you guys can see this is the answer that returns. So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to find that. The first thing we want to try is kind of brute force way to do it. How do we do this in a brute force way before we try any optimizations? And the way you do that is you kind of just look at it and say, oh, you can do this in a loop if you loop through it. So you can do something like for I in range of length of nums, right? Then we can do for j in range I plus 1 length of nums. For that, if the nums I plus nums of j is equal to the target, right, then return I and j. So this should work for a brute force solution. If we run this should pass, and it does pass. If we run it here, it might sometimes pass, but most of the time it's going to fail. I had an instance today already where it did pass, so you guys can see this one, this 5900 millisecond. Oh, it passes here too, 6700 milliseconds. So it's not supposed to pass if you do a brute force method, but sometimes it does, and we are really lucky that time. I got lucky a few times today already where a brute force solution did work, but it's not supposed to. Alright, so how do you do this without brute force? So one thing you can do is you can get rid of the first for loop. So I want to just get rid of the first for loop, and what I want to do is I want to see how can I go through this without having to go through another loop. And then one thing we can do is we can store some values inside a data set, and the data set we can store values into is going to be a dictionary. So I'm going to create a new dictionary, call it nothing. There's going to be nothing in there yet, and then inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to loop through it, and then we're going to store whatever value this is into the dictionary. So we can just do a lookup for that inside the dictionary. So let me walk you through the first iteration. Okay, so it goes through the first iteration. It's going to store number 2 into the dictionary. So let's say D is the dictionary. D of 2, okay, is going to equal the index, which is 0. So D of 2 is going to equal 0. And then what we're going to do in the second iteration is we're going to take the target, right, and then subtract it from the whatever current number is, whatever the current value is, nums I, right, and we're going to store that to the difference. So like we're going to store difference. I'm just going to put DIF there. DIF is equal to the target. This might look weird. So the target minus the current value, okay, and for the next instance, it's going to be 7. So the DIF for the next number is going to be 7. And so, actually, no, sorry, my bad. The DIF in the next number is going to be 2, because it's going to be 9, which is the target, minus the current value, which is 7. So it's going to be equal to 2. So the DIF is going to equal 2. It's going to search for 2 inside the dictionary. It's going to see, oh, the dictionary is already in there. It's going to find the number 2. It's going to say that the index is going to be value 0, so then we're going to return whatever index that is, and then we're going to return whatever current index we are at. So I'm just going to put J here, but you guys get the message. So that's what this algorithm is going to do. So we're going to store the difference first. So difference is equal to target minus nums of I, okay, and then we're going to check if it's in dictionary. If dictionary dot get difference is not none, that means the value is found, because this method here, difference dictionary dot get value, it will return either none or it's going to return a value. So if it doesn't return a value, it's going to return none. We're gonna if it's not none, we're gonna return the answer. So we're gonna return I, or actually dictionary dot get difference, comma I. Okay, so I is gonna be the current index that we're iterating through right now, and then it's just gonna get the difference index, the initial index. Else, if there is no value in the dictionary, we're gonna store the value in the dictionary. So dictionary of nums I is going to equal to the index. So what we're going to do for the first run through is going to store number 2 into the dictionary, and then it's going to equal that to 0 because that's index. So 2 goes in, and it's going to equal to the index. Okay, which is 0. Now it's going to check the dictionary. The next iteration is going to see if there's a number that is in the dictionary with that value, with the difference value. If so, return the index. Okay, so that's what happens. So we run the code, and once we run it, you'll see this is accepted. Now if I submit this, you see it's going to pass, and it's going to be much faster than the previous way we did it. So there you go. It's like more than 100 times faster, roughly. So you guys can see the improvements that we made is way faster than it was before. So basically that's the entire thing. Hope it helped you. If this video helped you, put a like on the video. If it didn't help you, put a dislike. Post a comment if you have any further questions or anything like that. And if you guys want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching.